this or talk to the
First,
camera?
introduce yourself.
Okay, so ready?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Felicia Reed, and I am here today at the Lake Presidential Golf Course in the Full Circle exhibit. And I am a fiber artist, and I'm super excited to bring this piece with me today. She's called Consequences. She's made with all silk and wool and hand agitated in an ancient Mongolian technique. And she's an award-winning rep. She's been on exhibits and on display, and she's here today with many other raps that I have to share with everyone.
So this is a rap?
Yes, it's a healing rap. It's wearable art. It's a healing modality, a healing concept, but they also win awards in museums and galleries.
So how long did it take you to make this?
It can take anywhere from 1 week to 2 weeks to a month. It depends on the fibers and the material and the energy involved in creating the wrap.
What is a Mongolian rap?
A Mongolian is the group of people. Yes, it's a culture, and the technique is an ancient Mongolian technique. So the wraps are healing wraps.
So then, what is the? Is it cotton?
No, it's all silk and wool. As I explained, it's on a silk foundation, and the wool is received in the silk through soap and water and the hand agitation process, and it creates a beautiful wrap.
Do you mind trying on one of your wraps?
Let me try on something. This is Solidarity 2, and she has been in many exhibits, especially promoting equality, anti-racism campaigns, and she has toured the United States virtually in about 4 exhibits. She was made the same way with a vintage sari and silk and wool fibers.
Wow. So this is what the women would wear in Mongolia and certain parts of Africa?
Yes, and throughout the trade zone, ancient trade zones, they would trade with these.
Yeah.
This is like gold because it's warm, it's handmade, and it's fabric. And there were no sewing machines or needles and threads, so this is how they made their clothing.
What drew you to this?
These healing wraps came as an answer to a prayer. I asked God to please wrap me in love and protection, and through a series of events, I started felting, and this was the answer to a prayer. They're really.
So, someone seeing this video wants to get in touch with you.
Yes, so you can reach me on Instagram at Fiber Art with Felicia, and I'm prevalent on social media, so you should be able to find me, and I would love to create as many wraps as I can.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Would you mind taking off your mask so that you can be heard properly? Now we see the real you.
Yeah.
Now you said this piece caused you the most consternation. Explain that.
Well, when I started working on this piece, it was something completely different. And I started with the face. Okay. She had a bob haircut. She was sitting on a balloon. It was very interesting. And as I started working on it, it just took on a life of its own.
So, how long did it take you to do this?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So explain what the interest here is. What are we looking at?
It represents black women. Okay. The wing is the protection. The sword is her weapon, because you need a weapon as a black woman. And the eyes will follow you everywhere.
Okay. It's called Enigma, right? Enigma.
Yes.
It is enigmatic when you think of it.
Absolutely.
But why why did it cause you that much consternation? Does it have anything to do with politics?
No. When I started out, it was something completely different, and it just like morphed into something else.
Well, prior to this, you were telling me that you have come back to art after an absence of 20 years, right?
Correct.
And this is one of the pieces that you have done.
Yes.
And you also tell me that a political situation forced you back into art.
Well,
You want to comment on that?
certainly. I have to thank Donald Trump for pushing me back into my art, because of the political climate is really what buoyed my interest in my actually putting myself into the work.
Okay. So, since this is, I was thinking that because of the consternation that it took to push you back into doing something like this, how does Donald Trump's actions affect black women?
Well, it affects not only black women, but anyone who's of color, anyone who's not a Republican, anyone who's actually wanting to have freedom of whether if it's over their bodies, people who are disenfranchised or happen to be impoverished are also, it's something that needs to be addressed, but the way things have happened and the way the courts are stacked, I don't know how this is going to work out for us all. But I'm prayerful. I'm prayerful.
Now we're going to prayer.
That's why the angel wing is there.
Wait, I thought this is action and not prayer.
Well, you have to pray as well as act.
Oh, okay. So after you pray, then you act.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's the action then? It's apart from sending messages through your art. Is there anything else involved here?
Not yet.
Not yet, but
I got a feeling it's coming.
something is up.
Got a feeling it's coming.
Well, your art is, in this particular one, it's enigmatic, and so are you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I appreciate you. Look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, it says Message in a Bottle by Darren Terrell Jackson.
Hello,
And
I'm
here it
Darren.
is.
Nice to meet you.
What's the message in the bottle, Darren?
The message in the bottle is, I don't want to give the end of the story, but it's a journey that I've taken, and it just gives you insight on the message, and the bottle meaning that it's a secret or something that tells you how to go about life, and maybe it will be the answer to your goals, dreams, desires, and like the hidden treasure.
So you went through a journey, so to speak?
Yes, this is an autobiography of a life story, and it's not necessarily in order, but it tells about what inspired me through encounters in my life. The second book, based off the first book, just different encounters of my life experience.
Why you use the symbol of a bottle?
Because when you go around the beach, you're always looking for things, and we always get fascinated with seeing a bottle with something in it. And so that inspired me to deliver the message about life in general and the hidden treasures. And out of that book that's in there, and if you read the book, it will eventually tell you and enlighten you on the story behind the message.
So let's talk about your art, which is behind you here. What would you say this one means to someone looking at this?
Okay, this is about rapture. The title of it is Rapture, and it is definitely an inspiration behind that is I wanted to basically emphasize the meaning of rapture and the joy of life, eternal bliss. And so you'll see how it has sort of like the smiley face and the tears of joy. And it's an abstract presentation of just being happy. It's basically like the smiley face.
Okay. And this one?
This one is meditation. This is the reason why I'm here today, because I follow those principles of the mind, body, and spirit. Before I partake in any kind of project and event, I have to go into a quiet space and breathe and relax and focus on my dreams and my goals and a particular project. And that's the result of that. Just want to inspire everyone to take a look at that lifestyle, that way of life, that message of, praying and meditating to achieve your goals and dreams.
Now, as you come further down, this is actually, it's a human, it looks like.
Yes, this is actually, since it's abstract, it's just a form of me, and it's called Finding Forever. As you can see how it's on the highest plateau, overlooking the horizon, with an open mind, finding that place in your life where you are just happy with the way life is in that moment, your own world, and that's where I want to be eventually.
That's paradise
That's
for you.
written in the book as well. This is part of the book, so it gives more details about the story.
And then finally, there is a message in the bottom.
There's a message in the bottom. This is the original painting, inspired by that idea. And this Dinker symbol here is like, love mother, love nature. So part of the message is about loving nature and loving those things. And that's the hidden story behind the message in the bottom.
So, are you on any social media right now?
Yes, I am on Facebook, Instagram, and my website, Darren Z Art, DarrenZArt.com.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.
We're with the man of the hour, David McKenzie. Okay, David, explain to me what this particular piece is about.
Well, this piece is entitled The Wobble.
The what?
Wobble.
The wobble.
W.
That's a dance.
Exactly. And in any venue that I have been through, especially weddings, especially engagement parties,
Right.
especially bridal showers, you will find thousands of women who will gravitate or migrate to the dance floor,
Yeah.
and they want to do this synchronized dance.
Right.
And they have a lot of different names for this particular action. And sometimes you could get stampede. People could run you over if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah,
When did you learn to do the wobble?
I never did. I always cut up. I never learned because I always put in my own steps in.
Okay. So here now you have gone to the point now of making a painting of the wobble.
Right.
What impressed you so much so you can't do it, but then you've gone to the point of actually doing a picture of it?
Well, I think the most intriguing thing about the wobble is the shaking and the jerking, the twerking, and that can get a man excited. It really can.
Okay. It's been around for a while, as you have just noted. When did you actually decide, okay, I have got to do something about this in art?
Well, there was just a lot of women with large hind parts, and they would get in the way of your vision. And it seemed to me that I had to bring them out. Yeah. It's too big, you couldn't see the next person behind you.
Okay. Especially if you're sitting, right?
Absolutely, or you might get hit in the face with it.
This is the first time you're putting it on sale?
This is one of my sellers.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a repeat.
Okay. So explain now, where are those parts that you're referring to in the painting?
Right here, you see, she's holding these things here, these round things. See, right in here.
Those are the prodigious mounds that you're referring to?
Yeah, you can call them anything you want. But you see this circle here, these two? You're familiar with those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, what do you think of this art show that you had today?
I believe it was a tremendous success. I had my family, my daughter, sister, my wife, my good long friends of many years in the federal government. They came to support me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on this effort.
Well, Oswald, you're a very blessed gentleman to get this special interview.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For gracing me.
All right.